Friday morning, TGIF. I am fired up and ready to close out the week on a high note. This is the Closers Cafe. It's Friday morning, October 20 something or other, 24th, I think. And I say this every day. I've got so much to share. I have so many things to dig into. I'm going to be calling motivated seller leads. I'm going to be calling cash buyer investors. And I'm going to, later in the show, I'm going to set up some additional retargeting ads as a follow-up to this week's mastermind, the Wednesday mastermind that we do. Just so many good things to dig into. Please, 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 please do me a huge favor. Do me a huge favor. Comment below one win from yesterday and one action, one thing you're going to do today to grow your business, to increase the number of conversations or contracts so you can get to more closings. Please comment below with that. I have a new tool that I'm going to be sharing and demoing and using today. I used it a little bit yesterday. We've got a few other users that have been checking it out and have, the early feedback has been really, really positive. Hit the like, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, etc. I'm going to be, this should be a pretty long session and a fun one, no doubt. So I'm going to get right into it. Overnight, I had two motivated seller leads come through from resources you can find in the description. Every one of these sessions, in the description, there are my recommended resources, best practices, etc. And in the description is a document with my motivated seller lead providers that I'm using right now. And I got two leads overnight. One came in at 1:04 a.m. and one came in, I don't know, at 11 something or other p.m. And so I'm going to start the day by just calling these leads to see if we can get a good conversation going. Do me a favor, comment below one win from yesterday and one action you're committing to today to grow your business. Let's see here. Come on. I triple dial these types of leads. I call them 3 times.
Please leave your message.
So that's once. I'm going to call again. I don't do this with everyone. Notice, like when I call cash buyer investors, multifamily investors, and so forth, I don't do that. It's kind of a little aggressive, in part because I'm going to text them and they can call back on their time. So this is double dial. I'm going to triple dial. Then I'll leave a voicemail. Then I'll send a text message. And there's already a campaign firing off for these leads as well, which if you're interested, I can give you my exact automated follow-up campaign. And again, the exact resources I'm using to generate these motivated seller leads. I can share that as well. So many good things, so much fun stuff I have to dig into today. After I leave a voicemail, I'll let you know my win and my, the action that I'm committed to today as well.
Please leave your message for Chris Santini. Sorry, mailbox is full.
Okay, so that is not the name of the person who filled out the form. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll show you how I then try to figure out who we're looking for here. So I'm going to pull up. I am going to pull up the property. I'm going to use Remine. There's any number of different tools that you could use for this, but I'm going to start with Remine. I could have, I don't know why. here, actually. I'll pull it up here, but I'm going to use one that you all have access to, True People Search. It's totally free. Totally free. I'm going to pull up the property. This is a motivated seller that requested a cash offer at 1:04 a.m. Eastern last night on our. So that's interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, I'm not sure who I'm trying to reach here. This is weird. Okay, Betty Snyder and Jane. I'm not sure who I'm trying to reach. The voicemail was this person, this Santini. I'm just going to message. Hey, this is Josh. We got a request late last night for a period. We got a request late last night for a cash offer for 637 East Madison Street. Is that right? Question mark. I don't know what. I'm confused by that one. The names and numbers don't match up, but onward and upward. I'm going to call the next one here. That there were two that came in overnight. So I'm going to call the next one. We'll get some action this morning. I'll definitely have some calls and conversations at some point here. I had some great conversations with some of the folks that I had reached out to on yesterday's live session and who called me or texted me back later.
717-839-1656 is not available. At the tone.
Oh, what am I doing? I need to triple dial. I forget sometimes. Now, again, I don't triple dial all contacts.
Has been forwarded to
I will triple dial these motivated seller leads because
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 717-839.
Because time is of the essence. And a lot of these are getting hit by a lot of different outreach and so forth.
Please record your message.
So
when you finish
I'm a little more aggressive with them than when doing investor outreach.
Press 5.
James, good morning. This is Josh. Got a request for a cash offer for your property in Wormleysburg, Lemoyne. I'm not sure. I always get confused by what's what there. I pulled it up one place and it showed Lemoyne, another place it showed Wormleysburg. Anyway, your property on Poplar Street. It looks like you were looking for an offer on the property, just calling to confirm that's correct, and also to ask just a couple of questions so we can put that together for you. This is my personal cell phone. Please call or text me back when you have a minute. Thanks. So I sent that. I'm going to text message follow up. Hey, James, this is Josh. Period. Just left you a voicemail. We got a request for a cash offer for your property on Poplar Street. Is that right? Question mark. Okay. So called those two. We're gonna keep moving on. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick side note. I forgot to share this. So my win from yesterday is from a conversation I had on the live show yesterday morning. I'm going to share a couple of wins. A conversation from a lead that came from one of my listings. It was a Zillow lead, meaning they were looking at my listing on Zillow and filled out the portal. I don't pay Zillow any money. On the live show here, I used one of the scripts that I've been sharing that have been absolutely crushing it for me. Had a brief conversation, text conversation and we scheduled a time to chat last night at 6:30. I chatted with them for about a half an hour, and then sent them over to at one of my LOs that I work with to get pre-approved. They're having a conversation tonight at 5:30 with the LO to get pre-approved. That was a win. Another win that I'll share, I'm going to share two more wins. One of the cash buyer leads that I called from yesterday, which, by the way, that list came from leaddeck.ai. Leaddeck.ai. You can create your free account today and get 100 free leads. You can choose motivated seller leads. You can choose cash buyer leads. I'm going to use the tool later in this live stream. I'll show it and demo how it works. It is bananas. It is bananas. I love it. I absolutely love it. One of those calls, apparently I called the dad of the investor. Whatever. The dad passed along my info. He called. His name is Chad. We had a great conversation. We played phone tag a little bit. It was about an off-market property that I'm showing to another investor who reached out from the social post that I made yesterday. Oh, I got to do my social post this morning too. I'll get to that. We'll have to come up with something on that. I hadn't thought that through. But we played phone tag. Then I sent him info. He said he's going to pass on that deal. All good. Let me know if you have any come up in the future. I said, right on. I appreciate you letting me know, and I'll definitely keep you on my short list. Are you only really looking for deals in Hummelstown, or are you open to other areas as well? He said open to Hershey, Palmyra, and Hummelstown opportunities. Multi-units and duplexes are great. So he wants multifamily properties. That's fantastic. I said, right on, I'll put you on my short list for anything that fits your buy box. Have a great weekend. Time permitting, I may even try and source him some deals as well, because we had a great conversation. Seems like a great dude. And we just kind of jived. I had another investor that I had called from yesterday's session, which, by the way, you can just go to Josh Schoenly Coaching and watch yesterday's live stream if you want. It was pretty. It was a pretty marathon session, if I do say so myself. And I don't know why I said that. Odd. Anyway, he called back. He was calling me on a landline, older fella, and he told me his exact buy box. This property doesn't fit his buy box, but he bought a townhouse for, I think, his daughter who was going to med school, and he ended up buying a couple more, and he would like more. So, time permitting, I might try and source him some deals. I also, this is great. This is perfectly timely. I also chatted with one of my clients. This guy I've referenced several times. I have two of his properties are under contract. One is settling next week. The other one is selling two weeks from that. He's referred me another client already, and he wants to buy some land with the proceeds. He just texted me, interested in 2 expired listings in Ickesburg. Wonder if you have access info to survey, and if I can go look at them, and if they're still interested in selling. Absolutely, I can send you what other documentation is in the listing, and I can call to see if they are still interested in selling. Were they on the list that I had emailed, or did you find them on your own? So this is a callback to Monday's live stream. On Monday's live stream, I showed several ideas or strategies for finding off-market properties for in this case, an active land buyer client. And that was inspired by Joan on my team, or in my organization. She's not technically on my team. In my EXP organization, she recently joined us here at EXP, and she reached out and said, hey, I have a land buyer client. How can I find them some off-market properties? So that I shared on Monday, and apparently some of the expired listings that I had sent him might be of interest to him. In fact, let's do this. While I bring this up, I'm going to log into the MLS and see if I can find the ones that I sent him. So maybe I can figure out which 2 he's talking about. I'm gonna make a blatant pitch here, a blatant bribe for you to join and partner with me at EXP. Later today, Joan, same person that had reached out about the land buyer, we're hopping on together, and I'm going to build out her funnel to her funnel for attracting and building a pipeline of seniors who are thinking about whether or not to downsize or right size or to age in place. And I'm excited to do that with her and for her. And I don't charge her for that because revenue share pays more than coaching or consulting, or pays better. It has a better, there's less overhead and so forth. So if that's something you're at all interested or open to a conversation around, please text me at 717-571-0456. So we said one of them I had sent him and one of them not. Route 74. Route 74. Okay. Here's, yep. All right. This one here. So I'm going to send him the details, all of this info. For Steve from Josh, details on land on Route 74 in Ickersburg. Let's see here. When did this expire? Holy smokes, this expired a while ago. Let's figure out if this even still has the same owner. Let's figure that out first. So I'm going to pull up the parcel to see if the owner has, if this has changed owners. Oh, dang it. It looks like somebody did buy this. Okay, well, that one's off the list. Now let me see if it looks like the one on Route 74 was purchased or changed hands like 15 months ago. So that one's going to be a no-go. Let me see what I can find on the one on Rupp. So I'm going to see if I can find expired, withdrawn, canceled. Let me see if this shows up here. No, that's not the right one. So I'm going to go, I want Ickersburg, and I got to go back a while. 0 to 2000. Oh, okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's see if I can find it here. Elliotsburg. I'm assuming that's what he means. It's probably this one here. Seville Township. Yep, that's right. Okay. Whoops. Let's see if that that APN doesn't recognize the APN. Interesting. Okay, let me see here. Okay, expired. Seville Township. All right, here's how I can figure it out. Let me see here. Let me try one more time here. Why is this not finding it? Let me see here. No parcel. So I'm going to use another tool to try and see if I can find this parcel here. Hmm, hmm, hmm. What did you think of the parcel in Austin yesterday? Is that a no-go? We had chatted yesterday. He was going to look at some land in Austin, Pennsylvania. And I'm curious what he thought of that. So one of the things I like in here when I'm looking for specific properties in PropStream, which you can get a free trial at growwithjosh.com/PS, is I can pull their linked properties. Okay. Looks like he still owns it. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Still owns it. And how many acres is it? Why don't I see the acreage? 12.28. Okay. All right. 465 Rupp Road. Why doesn't this have... Oh, it does have it. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. It has it right there. I could have looked it up that way. I'm an idiot. Whatever. Okay. So, man, this has been years and years. So I'm not even going to bother going. One strategy I sometimes will use is I'll go back to the old listing agent, but this was listed years ago. So I'm going to go right to the owner here and see. So it is Philip Ford. I'm going to go right to the owner to see if he would consider selling it. So this, hopefully someone will answer their phone. Reynaldo, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You're too kind. I'm gonna triple dial this guy. Come on, Bubba. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna triple dial him. It is the right number because he said this is Philip. Give me a thumbs up, folks, if this is good. I've barely even gotten started this morning. We're barely even getting going. Make sure you subscribe as well. Smash the notification bell. All of those fun things. Philip, good morning. My name is Josh with EXP Realty. I know that this call is kind of out of the blue, but I have a private client who is interested in your 12.28 acres at 465 Rupp Road. And I'm wondering if you have any interest in selling. It looks like you had maybe tried to sell it years ago. If you could let me know if you'd be open to an offer. And actually, if you can let me know either way, whether or not you'd consider an offer on it, I would greatly appreciate it. This is my direct cell, 717-571-0456. Thanks. Hey, Philip, this is Josh with EXP, period. Just left you a voicemail, period. I'm curious if you would consider selling your vacant land in Elliotsburg to a private client of mine, period. His name is Steve, and we've been looking for something, and I found your parcel because it looks like you had previously listed it. And as far as I can tell, you still own it, period. Let me know either way. Thanks. I love doing deals where I don't have to compete and where it's like where I'm just playing matchmaker. So much so that it won't be next week. I don't think anyway. But most likely the week after, I'm going to do a 3-day challenge for those that want to create deals. To create deals where, to proactively create deals instead of reactively waiting for deals to come to you. It looks like the one on Rupp is still owned by the same owner. I called and sent him a text message. I think I've got the right person, and I should be able to get an answer in some form or another, I would think today, as to whether or not he'd still be open to selling it. I'll let you know on that one ASAP. To reiterate, this is a private client of mine now that I used the cold outreach process that you can check out. The replay is in our free Skool community. The link is in the description. This is what the community looks like. The link is in the description. Go to Classroom. Go to Replays. This process, the July 9th replay, this process is how I generated this client, Steve. I have 2 of his properties in escrow. One settles next week. The other one settles in 2 weeks. He's referred me another client that we'll likely be selling his parcel of land either later this year or early next year. And he's looking for a parcel of land to purchase with some of the equity that he's cashing out on these settlements. So 4 transactions from one private client that came from cold outreach. I didn't know this person existed in late July. Pretty cool. Okay. All right. Steve, why do I have Juan Torres here? I have no idea why I wrote Juan Torres. Oh, I know why I wrote Juan. Here we go. We're going to call another motivated seller lead, or try to anyway. Let's go here. Sometimes I write stuff in my this is my to-do list. I map out every half hour, and then I make, a list of who I need to follow up with and who, what sort of actions I need to do. And sometimes I forget even what that is about. So this is a motivated seller. This came from a different lead source, motivated seller lead source. You can find all of my recommended ones in the description above or below this video. There's a whole bunch of resources, links, etc. If you're not sure which one it is, just DM me or text me at, how do I flip this? At there. Down there. I get so confused because it's flipped. Check that out too. Check out leaddeck.ai. Leaddeck.ai. I'm going to triple dial this person. I'm going to triple dial him. I'm going to triple dial you. You don't answer. He answered last night. He was like sleeping or something. Hopefully, as you're watching, you're actually taking action and not, you know, you're not just having this as entertainment, but it's driving your activity. So I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to triple dial them, and then I will send a text message. Sometimes this is what happens, right? This is the game sometimes when you don't get messages, or you don't get answers, but you leave voicemails, you send text messages, you're planting seeds, and then they come back when they're ready. Juan, good morning. This is Josh. I was following up on your request for an offer for 12 Kingswood Drive. When you have a minute, if you could call or text me back. This is my personal cell phone. I'm going to shoot you a text now as well. Thanks. Juan, this is Josh. Period. Just left you a voicemail. Period. Was reaching out about 12 Kingswood Drive. Looks like you had requested an offer for the property. Is that right? Question mark. Blue text, so that's good. I'm going to call Bill Hess. Bill was the guy, I think, yeah, I had this conversation live yesterday. Commercial broker, has some deals and looking for, he has a 1031 that he needs to, that'll be looking for a property to 1031 exchange into later this year.
Your call has been forwarded to
Or maybe it was early next year. I don't remember.
71722261385 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Bill, hey, this is Josh Schoenly. We spoke yesterday about, it piqued my curiosity. I did email you, but I haven't heard back. I really would love the contact info that you had mentioned for the RV parks. I think there was one that is on the market, but one isn't listed. If you could get back with me, I have your email as bill at hesscommercial.com. And if I have it wrong, let me know. Thanks, Bill. Hope to hear from you soon. I hesitated there. Please don't email Bill. Okay. I didn't want to read his email live, but whatever. I ended up reading it live. Okay. So, man, I'm all over the place, but I'm just working through my my checklist here. I'm working through my checklist. You know what? I'm going to call another motivated seller lead that that is kind of ghosting me. I sent out one of my investor buyers to meet with him, and I haven't heard back from him.
Telephone number 717372120. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Jason, good morning. It's Josh. Hey, been trying to reach you to explore some other options. It's not going to work for Bryce. Just, you know, what's currently owed, et cetera. But that doesn't mean that we can't help. But I need you to give me a buzz back so we can explore. This is my personal cell. Give me a buzz or shoot me a text. Thanks. So I've been trying to reach him, and he hasn't been getting back to me. And I got this. I think I got this from Alex Hormozy, but a GIF or a meme that I've been using when people ghost me is this Kevin Hart meme. I'll show it in a minute. GIF meme. This one here. This one. Boom. So I'm just going to send, boom. Hey, what's going on? Where you at? I think that's great. I love it. I mean, and it's worked. It's not just that it entertains me. Like, I have gotten a bunch of people that have responded when I use that. So, you've had some kind of conversation with them and you're like, what happened? Where are we at with this? That's a great little fun way to re-engage them for sure. So try that out for yourself for the, if you have leads that are or have been ghosting you. All right. So I'm going to follow up with a couple of investors that I talked with yesterday. Hey, Dan, just making sure you got the info. Good morning. Any interest on this one? All good either way. Just curious is all. So this is one of the investor buyers that I called yesterday about the off-market ranch house that we have. And had a great conversation. It was short, but it was a good conversation with him. I sent him the info. He asked a couple of questions. I gave him some more details, and I'm just following, circling back with him to see where he's at. So I got him. Let's see, Steven. Let me see, Steven as well. Steven was another investor buyer that I thought I connected with yesterday. Guess I didn't. I'm confused. Hold on. I'm going to go back through my text from yesterday. I had him in here as one that I thought I spoke with. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Oh, I wrote down the name wrong. Just making sure you got this info. Any interest? Question mark. All good either way, just curious. And if this one doesn't work, would love to chat about your buy box and specifically what you're looking for. Send that. Good morning, Solo Dev 14. Hello to you as well. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Okay, so I got through those. Who's next? I am going to Kathy Leeds. Oh, yeah, I know what that one is. Couldn't open it. Well, that's weird. That's weird. Any better now? You couldn't open the Google. I on off-market deals like this, I put together a Google photo album with all the pictures and the address, etc., and I send that to folks so they can check out any progress. This is an investor buyer that was, I thought we were going to be putting together an offer on a co-living property, but they're kind of dragging their feet. Need to circle back with that. I mean, this is the job. This is the work that we do. And, we just got to keep plugging along. Here's what I am going to do next. Yesterday, towards the end, I used a text script that it consistently generates tons of conversations, right? And the theme of the show is conversations, contracts, closings. If we want more closings, we got to have more conversations so we can write more contracts. It's just the way it works. And so at the end of the live, I sent a broadcast text message to unconverted buyer leads in my bold trail. Okay, so we'll bring it up here. And the script, I sent a couple of variations. Where is it here? I didn't even title the script, the document. Here we go. I'm going to pull up the doc here. If you want this doc with the scripts and variations, DM me or text me 71757. I'm going to call this fall 2025, and make sure I change the share settings so when people ask and I share, I don't have to do that. So, hey, Reynaldo, just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a home this fall or winter? Let me know. Thanks. And I didn't send a ton, all things considered, but I got some replies and engagements and interest. And why is this not showing the actual updated text? For some reason, man, this is weird. Let me see if it's under here. For some reason, this dashboard on my laptop is not showing the replies, but in the app, they are. So worst case scenario, we haven't really set a price. I have a pretty good idea of what they need to net, and it would likely have to be in the high 200s for them to net enough to make the transition and purchase the double wide that they're looking to downsize to in cash. That was a follow-up question. Let me see if is this where the texts are? Yeah, what the heck? This is so weird. So weird. Well, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go to my phone. I'm gonna go to my phone here. And let's see here. I'm gonna pull up the notification. I'm gonna pull up the activity, and I'm gonna say new text. Hopefully, no, that's not working either. Son of a gun. I have no idea what is wrong with Bold Trail. They have, there's some weird stuff. So anyway, when I sent that out yesterday, and anytime I use that text script, and anytime you do a text blast or email blast for that matter, you're going to get people to unsubscribe. Okay? And also, who cares? Those people were most likely not going to do business with you anyway. Focus on the ones that respond and engage with you. Sorry, Thurman. For some reason, I didn't see your reply yesterday. Are you talking about the payment or the property or something else? Question mark. He had a weird response. I had not heard his. He said something about the comfortability right house. Was not proper English. Kimberly. Okay, so Kimberly said, I said, hey, Kimberly, just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying a home this fall? She said, no money. I said, got you. We do have a lender with special financing, 0 out of pocket, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to text from my phone. Hey, Kimberly, this is Josh with EXP, period. This is my personal cell phone, period. I've CC'd Jeff here as well. He is the loan officer with the program and special financing option I mentioned yesterday. So I thought I would connect the two of you to see if it would make sense to explore in more detail. I'm going to send that. I also have a screenshot of the program. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Josh. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
All right. Let me. I'm gonna bring up my guys message here, and I feel like I'm a broken record, but here we go. Option 1, cash offer. I wouldn't be, which I would be around 140. Option 2 would be traditional seller finance. That's not going to get you enough cash in your pocket up front. Third option is to create about this would put down essentially he would be using the extra purchase credit closing statement. I mean, the fact of the matter, Jim, we can't, no matter, even if you hold paper, we're with the monthly lease payment at $1,250, we're just not going to get you creative or cash. We're just not going to get you to 200. It's just not even going to be honestly anywhere close to it.
So what do you think?
Well, I did, for whatever it's worth, just as a quick side note, I did confirm that the three on the horseshoe driveway, yeah, they're all separate deeds. You're all, you're noted as the single owner of all three of those. So for whatever that's worth.
How about the Enola property?
Oh yeah. You show as the sole owner of that one as well.
Yeah, I didn't think she could do that.
Actually, let me just, I had looked at that before, but now that you mention it, it's you show as the loan owner, the loan person on deed.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you. So is there something else I should counter?
Take out a mortgage to get his 100, but do great about it. I'm just reading my guys. Essentially, he would be using. I mean, you can counter but my answer literally, I mean, I've said this, I feel like I've said it repeatedly. If we're going to sell to an investor with Genie in place, we're not going to get anywhere near your number. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't make sense from an investment perspective. Like no investor can justify that amount at $1,250 per month. Looking at it as an asset, which is all it is. It's like, I know it's a house, but like it's this. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is an asset. At $1,250 a month, it doesn't support a price. I mean, maybe I could get somebody to $150 with her in there, but any north of that at the $1,250. That's just kind of is what it is.
So if I were to put it on the market, all I have to do is give her a 30-day notice. I mean, I just don't see how it's really that relevant about having a person in there.
Jim, the only person who is going to pay your number is a person who's going to buy it to live in it. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right. Okay.
So even if we put it on the market and an investor said, I want to buy it and I'll take care of, putting Genie out, which I don't want to do, which is part of my moral dilemma here. Even if they were to do that, the investor's not going to pay your number. They're just not. But an owner occupant, someone who is going to live there, we can get you closer to your number or over your number. That it's just, it has more value to someone who's going to live in it
right.
than an investor.
All right. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure we said 159 or something like that. That's just. I mean, I owe money out on this property for bills and such, but I'm not willing to come close to 159 whenever 3 different people that are professionals in this tell me that if I put on the market for, whatever real estate company, I mean, I'm going to get offers between 210 and 260.
260 is a complete pipe dream. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is like, I don't want you to have that number in your head. The number to an owner occupant is going to be way closer to 210. I think it'll, it very likely could go for more than that. But if someone who has told you 260 hasn't seen the property, it doesn't have a garage. The yard is kind of weird. The driveway access is kind of strange. And all of that said, I mean, somebody was still going to pay, definitely in the 200s for it if they're going to live there. No question.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me think about what I want to do here. Because I didn't imagine that it would be that much difference between an investor and somebody buying it. But
here, let me, Jim, let me just one more time. I'll demystify it. Okay.
Yeah.
If an investor paid you $200,000 cash and they collect, even if they collect, let's say they got Jeannie to pay $1,500 per month. Okay, 1,500 times 12, that's 18,000. Divide 200. It takes them 620. I mean, it takes them, almost 15 years to get their cash back out of it. It just doesn't make any sense. And then if they have to put debt on it, let's say they pay you 200 and they put 25% down and they finance 150 rates. I mean, they're going to be at 6 3/4 or 7%. And it just doesn't from a, it just doesn't.
What I'm saying is you give me 120 and then I don't charge you for the first year so that you can end up raising the price of the rent up. I don't know, $1,500 a month. $18,000. I know right now without doing anything, or I haven't been to that house more than 2 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing that anybody has to do. She takes care of everything.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why, but it's part of the dilemma.
Still, I mean, it doesn't cost me more than 2 years, like $11,200. So I'm still going to make in 1 year for that one property. I'm going to be getting it paid for, and I'm going to make somewhere around $5,000 to $6,000 that year, and my payment's going to be paid. So I can't see how somebody could. I mean, it takes longer, but then these people are looking to take advantage of people
I'm not following what you mean, Jim. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm not scared of not paying a bill on time. I don't care if I have good or bad credit. You know, I have buildings and I have cash. You know, so, you know, if you have 5 properties making $5,000 a year, you know, you're still making $25,000, and in 15, 18 years, you're going to have 5 properties free and clear. You know, so I don't see how the hell somebody's going to tell me that it's not a good deal because you know, I believe the 210 may be a little bit high for somebody thinking that, you know, I have some bills or this and that, but there's no way.
Jim, can I stop you? Can I stop you? These offers, they're not trying to take advantage of you. They are looking at the property and they're making the offer based upon the merit of the property and the income. It has nothing to do with whatever your motivation or need. Like, so it's not. I just
feel like you're telling me so that I think that, I mean, just.
Jim, I looked up on a couple of different places what the fair market rent of that property should be. And it's anywhere from $1,650 to $1,750. And what I'm telling you is if she were paying $1,700, the conversation would be wildly different that we'd be having. But she's not.
Right, I understand that.
Now, so you said you want to think about it this weekend. I think that makes perfect sense. Let me go back to two guys. 120. You'll take no payments for 12 months so we can stabilize it, maybe whatever. And then, you know, figure out whatever after that. Let me take that and see in you know, what exact terms they come up with.
Or you can be original in this, you know. First year, have a semi annual balloon payment of $25,000, and then you know, and then another 2 years have another payment.
He doesn't. But I'll explain why I'm going through this with him after we're done.
You know, I mean, I'm not worried about balloon payment here or there, and I'm honestly not that worried about what bills I owe because they're going to wait on me or they're not going to get the money.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not worried about whether they're going to ruin my credit or whatever the hell they think they're going to do. You know, and the electric company tried to do it to me before. Water company, you need to leave a deposit. Well, most places you need to leave a deposit anyway. I'm not worried about it. You know, so it's not like I'm going to burn anybody because I don't do that. I'm a man of my word and I'm a good person. So, you know, I'm willing to be inventive here and, you know, make everybody happy. So.
All right. So think about it this weekend. Let me get back to Logan and Marco, and I'm going to run it past one other, and we'll see. We'll see if we can figure out a way to make this all work.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
We'll give you a call on Monday, sometime Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Thanks, Jim.
All right.
I have talked to Jim so many times over the last couple of weeks. Here's why I'm continuing to, try and work through this with him. Number one, he was referred by someone to me. Okay. And I think I've told this story on the live several times. It was a guy named Chad, and I was like, I didn't know who Chad. I couldn't figure out who Chad was. And then later that week, I think it was on the weekend that Jim called me, who said, "Yeah, my buddy Chad told me to." Chad called me, and I was like, "Oh wow." So I've got Jim. He has 4 properties, and eventually he wants to sell them all. And so I want to figure out a way to make this one deal work because it'll turn into more deals as well. And I want to maintain the opportunity with Chad, who referred him in the first place. So that it's like a bunch of potential transactions, and they both know people as well. So I've had that same conversation with him, like, I don't know how many times now, but I'll continue to have it until we can figure out a way for me to, get to a point where we can figure out this one deal, because that one deal will turn into many others. So, all right, I'm going to actually, based upon that, I'm going to, okay, got it. Thanks. My Kevin Hart meme worked. He did reply. Okay. I just want to be crystal clear, or am trying to get crystal clear on all of the costs and fees that are at play right now. And if there would be a way for us to creatively structure something so we could avoid the sheriff sale and also allow your daughter the time to transition. If you have even just 5 minutes at some point today, give me a buzz. Okay, my goodness gracious. So I'm going to call Logan. Logan is one of the investors that had put together offers for Jim, who I was talking to earlier.
Telephone number.
Hey, buddy, give me a call today when you have a minute. I want to see if we can find a way to put together a deal that would work for Jim. Not the one on Middletown Road with the PennDOT issue, the other one that I had sent you and you sent over 3 options for. All right. Okay. There's a couple more. Hold on here. Let me just get my bearings. I got Kimberly. We got that done. We got that done. We got that done. I'm going to try and make, I'll take this call. Love this. Bill, good morning. Good. Yeah, well, I mean, Angie told me that you told her don't let anyone in the property. I'm just confused. I'm just looking for any, any feedback as to how I'm supposed to do that on an active listing without, Well, I don't see any reason why not. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, all good. I mean, we started at a number that would have made her whole. We dropped it when we started working with Ross, and then we dropped it more, I think when, yeah, okay. 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 Gotcha. 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 Yeah, but this has been listed since July, I think. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. No, I'm looking at it. List of real estate documents. We don't have an agreement of sale yet. The signed, so the addenda. Oh, okay, so I have a buyer sign that once we get that, and then and then the other one, the buyer and the seller sign. Okay, got it. And so do I? Yes, yes. Okay, so put those in the additional documents, which I can do. And then once we have the offer, okay, perfect, perfect. This is all well and good. I'm on it. You too. Thanks, Bill. Bye-bye. So I'm going to talk through this as I work through this. That was a short sale negotiator that I am working with on one of my listings that we have to sell as a short sale. We've tried to sell it. Just confirming some things and so forth. If you are looking, if you have, or I have several potential recommendations if you have a short sale or a potential short sale, or if you just want to have them in your kind of Rolodex. And if you DM me or you text me 717-571-0456, I'll send you their information. They are local to me, the two primarily, and I'm working on a third referral or recommendation for short sale negotiations as well. The two that I have first and foremost are local to me, but they negotiate and do short sales in almost every state. So it's just kind of random that they're local in my market. And I am making the changes to the listing that they're requiring me to get squared away, so that we can get it then under contract, so that we can start the real negotiations. There's one other document here, and I know that I am not sharing my screen here because I don't want to share some of this. I'll call it, sensitive, private information. And I still have lots more that we're going to dig into today. So just hang around, because next I want to dig into the tool that is scrolling across the bottom here, and show you some potential use cases with it. Why is this? There we go. Okay, so I'm publishing that. I just want to knock this all out so it's not hanging over me. And actually get with St. Clair. Jim sent me a counter, a terms counter. And a second year, copy. Interesting. I don't know. His idea of the countering of terms could be interesting. Let me see here. Here we go. I need to do this. And then we're going to be back on track. I'm going to dig into the tool leaddeck.ai, leaddeck.ai. Check it out. You can create a free account. And when you sign up today, you can get 100 free leads. You get 100 credits, but each lead is 1 credit. So it's 100 free leads. And then you can buy more if or when you run out. And most importantly, what I would like is for you guys to kick the tires and let us know how we can make it better, or what maybe isn't working, or what needs enhancing in some form or fashion. So without further ado, I'm just going to log into that. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to leaddeck.ai. I don't think the domain is completely mapped over yet, but this is what it looks like in the dashboard once you create your free account and log in. Okay, so you have to create your free account, go to leaddeck.ai, leaddeck.ai, create a free account and log in. And I'm going to show 2 specific use cases. And I'm going to weave in a conversation that I have been having with an agent in the Florida Keys area. Her name is Kathy, and she has been, she's purchased training from me in the past, and she's looking for some help. And maybe exploring partnering with us at EXP, which again, if that's something you're open to, we'd love to chat. 717-571-0456. I don't know why I referred to myself as we, but my organization, we'd love to chat, meaning I'll chat with you, and then we'll find it, who else it might make sense to loop into a conversation to help you make, help you make an informed, educated decision as to what makes sense. Anyway, talking with Kathy, she sent me a list of questions and things that she's thinking through and wants help with. And so I'm going to use the tool here to identify some potential motivated sellers in the specific zip code that she sent me with leaddeck.ai. Sorry, I'm still distracted here because I need to text someone. Okay, perfect. Morning. It sounds like from Bill's perspective, we're ready to write up an offer. So let me know what you're thinking as far as terms, and I can get it written up and over to you later this morning or early afternoon. Okay, back to this. Now I can not be distracted. So I made some recommendations to Kathy as to what I believe would be some best ways, given the factors that she said for her market, which is she's in the Florida Keys. There's a lot of absentee owners or property owners that it's their second home, things of that nature. And so I said, okay, from a buyer perspective, we probably would want to lean on Google pay-per-click because that's intent-based. And we could also test a meta ad that is just open, but we would use the copy to tell the algorithm who we want. Okay, so that was the buyer side. But the seller side, I said we can get very strategic and targeted using, for example, leaddeck.ai. Check it out. and we can really dial in and get granular with the audience that we're going after. So I'm going to call this 33036 is the zip code. I'm going to go with 33036. And so I'm searching by zip code, and you can search by county, city, or zip code for the seller leads. Okay. And then we've got lead types here: pre-foreclosure, inherited, vacant, in-state absentee, out-of-state absentee, active auction, meaning there's, it's scheduled for sheriff's sale, for sale by owner, tax default, notice of sale, different. We've got more here. Tired landlord. We're working on more lead types here and even stacking the lead types. But for now, this is a great start. So I'm going to choose, number one, I'm going to choose inherited. So I've got this zip code. I'm choosing inherited. The limit results doesn't really matter because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the lead count. So there's 0 leads, inherited leads in this zip code. That's pretty wild, actually. Let's go to tax default. We already got a winner. So 137 property owners in this zip code that are currently delinquent on their taxes. They're in tax default status. I could then, using the tool here, she could get 100 for free. Okay, so Kathy, if you're listening to this, you can go to leaddeck.ai. You can do what I just did, and you can get 100 of these sellers for free. For free. And then you can message them. You can call them. You can text them. You can email them. And the message you're going to say is, would you consider selling your property at street address to a private client of mine? That script is working like gangbusters. Now, you have to have a private client to make an offer. If you don't, our solution to that, a global solution to that, is something called fastcashoffers.ai. Fastcashoffers.ai. Now, if you go to that URL, we're still working on a sales page for it. So don't go to that URL. Instead, go to growwithjosh.com/iList, and you can sign up. You can get a free trial, and then it's $77 a month. That's one way. That's one way. And you can use this tool, and you can pop in an address. Look how easy this is. I can pop in an address, and I can get, if I go to cash offers and I put in an address, I can instantly get up to 8 cash offers for a property. And those become my private clients. That's one way. Or check this out, leaddeck.ai. I go back to dashboard and I want new buyer target. Okay. So let me see. What is this city? I'll have to get with Sean. Sean, if you're watching, can we do the investor buyer? Actually, let me do this. Somebody said wrong number. I talked to the guy last night. That's weird. Anyway, Sean. With leaddeck.ai, can we also set it up for the investor buyer criteria that they can search by zip code and not just city and state? Question mark. Okay, so let me. I don't want to misspell this because this is a funny. Here we go. We're going this city. We're going Florida. Florida's right there. We're looking for maximum 5. So we're looking for cash buyers that own a maximum of 5 properties and have purchased at least one of those properties in the last 3 years. I have no idea what this is going to put out. It's 16 cash buyers who own at least 5 properties and bought at least one of them in the last 3 years in this city. I mean, what are we talking about? This is bananas. Bananas. And bananas is good. Come on. So now, Kathy has 16 buyers that she can reach out to like she did yesterday to find out if they're looking for deals in, I don't know how to say that city. Isla Madura? I don't know how to say it. And then all she needs is one to say, yes, I'm in the market. And now we're just playing matchmaker. That's like, this is what brokering is. This is what brokering is. If you're just relying on your MLS, you're missing a massive amount of opportunity. And also, in a minute, I'm going to contradict myself because I'm going to call a listing agent for an on-market property that I think would make a good deal for an investor. And once I get some intel from him, I'm going to use the same tool, AI, to reach out to investor buyers, cash buyers who might be interested in that property. I get so excited that I don't even know what to do with myself. So here's what I'm going to do. I have to pee. How's that for TMI? While I go do that, while I go take a break, I'm going to mute so you don't hear any of that. And while I go do that, I want you to go create a free account at leaddeck.ai and start playing around with it. And then if you have questions, you can comment or you can text me. And when I come back, I'm going to call a listing agent for a property that I think could potentially be a good deal for an investor. And then we'll go use leaddeck.ai to find the investor buyers, see if we can get an offer or at least get some interest going. So I'm going to mute myself, go do that. Okay. Create your free account, leaddeck.ai. You get 100 free leads. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. I mean, seriously, like you get 100 free leads. And then here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you hooked. And then you got to buy more lead credits, but you can buy them, on whatever plan you want. But you don't have to put a credit card in to get an account, nothing. It's a completely free account. So go do that. I'll be right back. And then I've got about an hour left before I have to wrap up and go out on an appointment. Boy, I'm back. That didn't take very long at all. And so here's what we're going to do now. Okay. And I'm so excited about what I'm about to do that I'm going to do a 3-day challenge. Most likely, I will let everybody know who's interested. I already have a waiting list of people who are interested, and I will let everybody else know as well. But we're going to do a 3-day challenge that will walk through this exact process, which is how do we find an available deal? On market, off market, whatever. This is the bait that we then use to reach out to the active investor buyers. And then once we have those, whether or not they're interested in the deal we reached out about, we then go proactively put deals together on their behalf. It's easy peasy. But where most people struggle, where most salespeople, real estate agents, etc., struggle with is they don't know what to say because they don't have a reason to be reaching out. we have we have reasons to reach out. And I'm going to start with a listing that showed up in my inbox this morning that to me screams opportunity for an investor to make an offer on it. So why would I not reach out? So let me see here. Let me find. Actually, I'll give you. So here's how this popped onto my radar. I have a saved MLS search set up for myself around a bunch of different motivated keywords and phrases, as is, short sale, whatever. And it's so I can, I can see if there are opportunities popping up. And so this property showed up this morning, and it's just been price drop, decreased the price on it. And so I'm going to reach out to the listing agent. And regardless of our conversation, I'm going to use this as an example of using leaddeck.ai. Okay. 4571. I think it was Salem. Yep. Okay. I did not realize that this is we'll get water in the basement when it rains. Let's see here. Okay, so this has been listed. Oh, it's 127 days. And okay, well, I'm going to call them. So this is a bank owned. Reynaldo, if you're okay with this, I'm not going to read your whole text now, but if you're okay with me sharing, I'll address Reynaldo's text here in a minute, but I want to get through this first. So Reynaldo, if you're okay with me sharing that and then answering, that would be great, I think, for everybody. However, there are rehab loans that can solve minor rehab issues. 717. He's probably not going to answer, but whatever. I'm going to try him first, and then I'll just go to using leaddeck.ai to find possible buyers. Mike, good morning. Josh, Schoenly, EXP, how are you? Oh, I mean, it's another lovely day in Central PA. I'm calling about Salem Church Road. I have some investor clients who I think would potentially be interested. Have you had many offers? I mean, I know you've dropped it a bunch. It's been 4 months here. Is there anything that would be helpful for me to know that maybe isn't apparent in the remarks? Yep, I see that. Yep. Oh, wow. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. And it's only one bath, is that right? Okay, I just making sure, because sometimes the autofill details don't 100% match up. Well, hey, look, I'm gonna make some calls and see if we can get an offer and get something going on it. Right. Can I ask, is it the bank that said this exact number, or like how did we come up with this exact number? Yeah. That's funny. That's great. I love it. I mean, it's a weird number. It should get people's attention, like what is this? Anyway, let me see what I can do. All right. Thanks, Mike. Bye-bye. So I didn't share that because I don't know, like I say, Pennsylvania is a two-party state. I got to get permission to do that. And I also didn't want to share, like if he shared anything that would be, not for public consumption or whatever. So, but he did give me some, a little intel. There have been no offers on it. He feels like the price we're at now is where they should have been, but now it's, it's been listed for 4 months. So I am definitely going to reach out to, I'm going to pull a list with Lead Deck AI. I'm also going to show you another tool that I've been using and I've been recommending for folks as well. It's just that tool is a lot more expensive than Lead Deck .ai, but I'll show you multiple ways or multiple answers or possible solutions. I'm going to do that, but before I do, I have to take a aside and call someone who asked me to call them at 10 this morning to see if we can. So I'm going to call a lead that came in from Zillow or homes.com on one of my listings that I've been going back and forth with. And she said to call her this morning at 10. So I'm going to call her now, and then I will pop back to, to continue on with this property here. Just gives you another chance. If you haven't already, create your free account at leaddeck.ai. Hi, good morning. This is Josh. How are you? Good. Is it Romina?
Yes.
And that's what you go by, Romina?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. And of course. So you mentioned the one that is my listing. I hope you got all that info. And then the other one you mentioned, Michelle, I talked with Michelle. It sounds like you had filled out like whatever you had filled out on 94 Meadowbrook. You had also filled it. Yeah. So the interesting thing with Michelle, and I am also, it's the same boat for me, is she can't do dual agency. I can, and would entertain it if you would like. But all that means is Michelle can't represent you when she is the listing agent. So I don't know if she mentioned that to you or not. But she's happy to accommodate if you want to see that one in person or whatever, we can make that work. And then on mine, I could represent you and do what's called dual agency, or if you'd prefer, I could have my buyer agent. Her name is Cosette, if you wanted to proceed. So I'm not assuming that you're going to offer on either of them. I'm just, forward pacing that if you did, how we might, figure that out or sort that out.
Okay. Yeah, the one that I guess the other listing agent has, I'm no longer interested. I was Googling what the OGM kind of means, and it looks like the seller will stay with that, and that would mean like a whole different scenario.
Okay. You're talking about the one in Shunk.
Yeah.
Which is just a hilarious name for a city. I don't know. I just think whose idea was that? But okay, so that one you're no longer interested in. Okay, that's good to know. And
I do like that one. So I don't know what type of information you can give.
yeah. Did you get the disclosures?
No, I only got the
Okay.
It's just the house listed. They have some information actually.
Okay, my fault. I thought I sent you both of those. When we hang up, I'll make sure that you have the disclosures as well. Can I ask, like, are you thinking this would be your full-time residence, or are you looking for something as like a second home? It would be full-time. Okay, so it has not been used as a full-time residence for a long time. It has been kind of a second home, a vacation home, etc. The neighbor to the left he's a full-time resident. It's a similar cabin, and in fact, a father and son built both cabins years ago. He's neither of them, but like originally it was a father and son. They built the cabins, similar or close to each other And they even previously had a shared septic and a shared well. Now they don't anymore. Each has its own well and septic now. But I'm just, for context, there's the driveway that you come back to both properties. There's also like there's a residence to the right of the driveway that's full-time as well. So it could be a full-time residence. There's nothing that would preclude it from that. It just hasn't been used as that for quite a while. The current seller is not aware of any issues with the well and septic, but they also, like, not only have they never lived there full time, but they haven't really used it for several years now. So the wife's husband passed away, and just in case you Google it, he did pass away at the property. He had a massive heart attack, and he fell into the pond. And the reason why I'm disclosing that is because literally it's been under contract twice. And one time it was under contract. They were buying it because they wanted to spend time with their kids up there. And we were under contract. And like late afternoon on a Wednesday or whatever, that night, they have 2 teenage kids. The teenage kids started Googling the property, and they found a news article about what happened with the husband. And I guess one of them maybe started creating horror stories in his brain about what that would look like. And literally at 8 a.m. the next morning, the wife was like, my son says he will never go to this property, so we can't buy it. So I just, there was no foul play, no nothing. He died of natural causes, and he didn't even, it wasn't in the cabin. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even, he wasn't even inside the property, but he was on the property. So, but that happened there. So it's, they haven't used it for years and years, and they just finally got to the point where, they were okay with moving on from it and, and selling it. So, it will need a roof. It will need updating on the inside. It's habitable right now, but I mean, the roof is going to need to be done sooner than later, especially if you're going to live there full time. Like, you should plan on putting a roof on ASAP. We've gotten quotes for 10 to 12,000 on it. But the rest of the inside would be more cosmetic than anything.
I was looking at the pictures, and the roof does look like it needs repair.
Yes.
But the inside is kind of like, all right, I guess it just,
Yeah. I mean, it's dated and or rustic, but I'd say more dated than anything. But the major thing would be the roof for sure.
Okay. And the neighbors, that's the only thing that kind of bothers me. How close are they?
The one on the left is pretty close. The other one is, I mean, I don't know what you're defining as close, but the one that I mentioned that you pass on the drive going back, there's a full tree line that kind of blocks that. But the one on the left is, I'm trying to think of how many feet it would be. I mean, it's pretty close, and you can probably tell from the Google map view, the proximity. Yeah, no, it's a home, and he lives there full time. Nice guy. He actually helped my clients, the sellers. He helped clear it out. Like when we went there the first time, when they said they wanted to sell it, I mean, it was a mess. Everything was overgrown and whatever. So he did a lot of like the landscape work to knock down the weeds and the overgrown whatever. So nice guy, at least by all accounts, as far as I can tell. But I mean, it's relatively close. Okay.
Yeah, I was not looking for some. I thought it was a shed. I mean,
Well, there are multiple sheds on the property. On the 4 acre, there's 2 sheds. But if you're looking at the overhead map view, actually, let me pull it up on the map view so I can describe appropriately, like based upon whatever the positioning is of the map view. Let me see here. No, that's this property. Okay, so if you're looking at the overhead view, there are 2 small sheds. Okay. But that you can see that there is a cabin or another, you know, structure to the right of that. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to drive around that area. I'm like 2 hours away.
Okay.
See how the area feels.
Okay.
And I'll let you know. I still don't have like a back letter or anything like that.
Okay.
I still need to start.
Yeah, no problem. We can cross that bridge if or when we need to.
Yeah, because I'm looking to buy within a few months.
Okay.
I do mortgage right now.
Okay.
I want to kind of move to where, like I was describing, like an hour or 2 away from the Poconos where I currently live, and have like acreage.
Okay.
The reason why I want that is because I love kind of animals, and having a neighbor too close, it might be an issue with the animals with them, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you drive around the area, if you check out the area and I mean, it's vacant and you know, if you text me, I can get you information on how to get access if you do end up going to check it out or checking out the area. Yeah. I mean, just shoot me a text.
If you do have anything else that you have available, just let me know.
So, you are specifically looking, so we're under 200, right?
Yeah.
How much acreage are you thinking? Like how big of a lot are you wanting?
1 or plus.
1 plus, okay.
Yeah.
And anywhere
And I'm not looking for an HOA. And anywhere from I live currently in Effort, so I do have a business that I'm selling as well.
okay.
And I need to be at least like 2 hours away from this area.
Okay.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
what kind of business?
I own an arcade.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay. Um, and do you have that? Is that like you have it sold? You have a buyer for it, or you're still in process?
Still in process. We do have a few people that were interested, but no offers yet.
Okay. Do you have it listed with a business broker?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I
Cool.
think it's actually your company, EXP, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who's the broker or who's the agent or the broker?
His name is Michael. I can't remember his last name.
If you think of it, text me. Well, if I look up arcade for sale in that area, that probably I'm gonna assume I can find it pretty easily. I'm just curious. I want to check it out.
Okay, yeah, it's the arcade era in Strasbourg.
Oh, in Stroudsburg? Oh, I went to East Stroudsburg with my wife. That's where I met her. Yeah, East Stroudsburg University. Yeah, small world. Okay, well, I'll get you the disclosures on Meadowbrook. If you decide to go check it out, just text me. I'll get you information on access, and I'll also see what else I can find for you that might fit, you know, the basic description. And I'm going to check out the arcade just because I'm curious and I like businesses and find that stuff pretty cool. All right.
All right, thank you for calling.
Yeah. Thanks. You too. Bye bye. That was fun. Ha. So I'm gonna do a couple of these things, and then we're gonna get to calling investor buyers for the property. Okay. So let's see here. So this is the listing. I thought I had emailed her the disclosures, but apparently I had not. Sometimes I get busy. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to set her up in the portal, my MLS portal, because she gave me her her criteria. Disclosures for. I use this all the time, but like I don't know. I have enough evidence that I think it makes sense. When I'm sending something like this, I put for Romina from Josh in parentheses, like that she knows this is a personal thing from me. Like it's not some automated something or other. So I'm going to go residential sale. And I'm going to use the map search. And I'm going to use Polygon. Here, here, whoop. Here, 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 here. Then I'm going to go search. I'm going to say 100 to 200. She wants at least an acre, 1+, and not a condo or homeowners association. So there are 12. Let me just look at these real quick. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to find her here. And try to go. Okay. Bartel. There it is. For Romina from Josh. Properties with at least 1 acre up to 200K, no HOA. And now she's got that. And now I will see her in my portal. So those are 2 potential clients that I have picked up in the last 24 hours from free leads from portals. Now, I had to have the listing to get those, but pretty cool. And I don't know, just because I think it's cool, I'm going to say arcade. She is an arcade business for sale. And the business broker is an EXP. So the arcade era. This is the business she's selling. Indoor arcade fun. So it's on LoopNet. And here I'll go biz by sell. I wonder if it's on there. This is more just because I'm curious. Indoor arcade, 200,000. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Oh, my buddy's calling. I wish I should answer and have a conversation with him on here live, but I got to get back to it. So here's what I'm going to do now. All right. Back on track. Which, by the way, I added this comment already, but this is great. I just used the same email on a customer that has been AWOL for months. And if by magic, he just replied, what kind of mind wizardry is this? By the way, great thumbnail there as well. Okay. So I've got this property. This bank-owned property, and I'm popping in the city and state. Lead count, 28. Boo to the ya. Boo to the ya. So I've got 28 here. I'm going to run now. So I have the saved data, but then when I run it, that's when it adds it to my batches here. Okay, so there it is. Took just a few seconds. So in a minute here, I'm going to work through this data. The other tool that I've been using is a software called Investor Base, which if you want a free trial with that, you can go to growwithjosh.com/IB, growwithjosh.com/IB. And you can get a free trial, and then you can get discount on your first month payment, but it is $250 per month. Beyond that, there's no contracts or commitments, but I'm just saying that this is a reason why my buddy and I are building things like this, where you can get similar information and access and data for a fraction of the cost. And in this case, with LeadDeck.ai, it's just pay as you go. There's no subscription or anything. It's just pay as you go. You need data, you need leads. You just go and put some money in your wallet and voila. But let me, what was the name of this property? Yeah, the name, not the name. What was the address of this property? Here we go. Here we go. I got it now. 4571 Salem. What was the direction? South Salem. South Salem Church. I'm going to do a 2-mile radius, last 2 years, landlords or flippers, and I want single family. I'm just curious how many this tool says there are. Wow, 73. Huh. Wonder. Oh, it's because I chose 5 or more. I chose 5 or more as the setting here, which, by the way, let me go back. Maybe just because I'm curious, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go Dover, same criteria, Dover, PA, and I'm going to change the minimum owned from 5 to 3, and then choose the recent. What's the lead count on that? 243. Oh, wait a minute. It went 1. Hold on. Now we go. 41. Okay. Well, I'm going to go through these 24. So if I click on them, someone said yes. Oh. Do you have a couple minutes for a quick chat, or would you prefer text? ? This was one of the cash motivated seller leads that came through. They replied to my text. And so I just replied, do you have a couple minutes for a quick chat, or would you prefer text? Back to this. So again, you go and create a free account, leaddeck.ai. You can play around with the seller targets, the buyer targets. These are my saved targets. Okay, these are my saved targets, which you can delete them if you don't need them anymore. And then these are my data batches. This is where they actually show up. So if I click on here and then I click on this one here, look at this. I mean, I can see all of this interesting information and details. So I'm just going to call. And that number is no good. So I'm going to try the next one. That one is no good. I'm going to try the next one. Took me 3 guesses, but I'm in. I'm going to send him an email as well. There's 2 emails that look like they could be the right one, so I'm just going to lump them together. Dave, good morning. This is Josh Schoenly with EXP Realty. This call I know is a little bit out of the blue, but it looks like you're a pretty active investor in Dover. And I was just curious if you are looking for any deals right now. There is a bank-owned property that's been available for a while that could make a good rental, especially for someone like yourself with a construction company. If you are interested at all and would like more info, just let me know. I'll send you all the details that I have on it. And if not, no big deal. Maybe you know somebody who is. I will text you as well, and I hope to hear from you sometime soon. Thanks. That was definitely Dave, because he said, this is Dave with Marshall Construction. Hey, Dave, this is Josh, period. Just left you a voicemail, period. I was reaching out because it looks like you're a pretty active investor in the Dover area, period. There's a bank-owned property that's available and looks like it could be a good deal for the right investor. Are you looking for any deals right now? ? Send that, share that. I don't even need to, I'm not even going to bother emailing, because that was definitely him. That was definitely his voicemail, and it's a blue text. So, I mean, good to go. Good to go. Let's move on to. Okay. Right here. 717. 205. Is this good? Is this helpful? Like, are you guys getting value from this? Please like, subscribe, smash notification bell, etc. Eric, this is Josh. I will text you as well in a minute, but I was reaching out because it looks like you are a pretty active investor in the Dover area, and there's a bank-owned property that looks like it could be a good deal for the right investor. If you would like all the details, just let me know. I will text you here in a minute. Thanks. Hey, I'm not going to dictate that. I have an email or I have a text message that I can copy and paste. By the way, both the right numbers, and both blue texts. Two for two on this. Not too shabby. Calling next one. I think this is probably his real email. That's Jacob, not Todd. Okay. I wonder. Well, I'll try the other ones. I'm curious what these other numbers, only because I don't recognize the one extension or the area code. Area code? Yeah, area code. Brain. Okay, that one's no good. 423 875 9457. That's not right either. I'm thinking this next one is going to be a good one. Pretty sure this is going to be a good one. No, I was wrong. Okay, so the only one that connected in that case was the son. Well, I can only assume the son. Hey, Jacob, my name is Josh with EXP Realty. I was trying to reach Todd, and for whatever reason, your number was one that popped up. It looks like he's a pretty active investor in the Dover area, and there is a bank-owned property available that I think which could make a good deal for the right investor. Any idea if he is looking for deals right now? Question mark. So I wasn't able to get a good phone number. Well, Josh, looking for any deals in Dover right now? Hey, Todd, looks like you're a pretty active investor in the Dover area. there's a bank-owned property available that looks like it could be a good deal for an investor, and it's been on the market for a while. Are you looking for any deals right now? Thanks. Boom, 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 boom. Rock and or roll. Here we go here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Here we go.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, hi, Victor. This is Josh calling because it looks like you are a pretty active investor and maybe have a deal or two that you've done in Dover. We've got a bank-owned property there that I think looks like it could be a good deal for an investor. And I'm just curious if you're looking for any deals right now, or maybe know anyone who would be. I'll shoot you a text when I hang up here. If you could let me know either way. Thanks. So, copy, boom, 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 and boom. There we go. Boom, boom, blue text. Giddy up. I'm going to make a couple more calls, and then I want to dig into Reynaldo's text message, and then I'm going to have to, we have to come in for a landing here at some point because I have to head out for an appointment that I scheduled that came from the social post that I shared yesterday on this very live stream, on this very session.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, I was trying to reach William. This is Josh Schoenly calling because it looks like you are a pretty active investor, and specifically the Dover area. We have a bank-owned property that looks like it could be a good deal for an investor. It's been listed a while. The bank is finally getting realistic on price, and I'm just curious if you might be interested or maybe know anyone who could be. I will shoot you a text here when I hang up, and if you could let me know either way. Thanks. Text this one here. Oh, shoot. Hold on. There we go. There. Blue text as well. Blue texts. I love me some blue texts. And there's a bunch more phone numbers here, but I think that was the right one. And a lot of times, I would say more times than not, the first number listed with these results is the best one. So you can kind of save yourself some time and energy. Let's see if we can get Hans. Here's what I'm going to do after this call. Right on. I appreciate you confirming. If anything changes or one of these leads, one of these already replied, not interested right now. So I'm just replying to him. Thanks for responding so quickly. If anything changes, let me know. Period. Have a great weekend. Period. Also curious, what type of construction company? Question mark. Let's reach out to Hans. And then I'm going to get to Reynaldo's text message to me. Dig into that. Not the right number or a dead number. So let's go next. I'm guessing this one may be also, but we'll see. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, it's ringing. We'll see if this is a good number or not. I bet this is his email though. That is definitely not Hans. That was Jeff. Jeffy. Voicemail? No. That was definitely not the right number. That was definitely not Hans. Oh boy. I'm going to try this last number. Oh, that didn't work either. Hey, listen, win some, lose some, but that email seems like a good email for Hans. So I fired that away. Okay, I promised. You know what? I can't help myself. I'm going to call one more here. This one owns a bunch of properties, and I can tell already that's going to be a good number, or very likely a good number. So I'm going to make this last call. Then, Reynaldo, I promise I will dig into your text message and provide some kind of answer. No, I jinxed myself. That was a bad number, but one of these will be a good number. One of these here. We got three numbers. And I'm going to run out of time to do my retargeting ads. I'm going to have to build those this afternoon and record myself doing that. It's a follow-up to Wednesday's mastermind. You can check out on the channel here, or you in the Skool community. The link to the free Skool community is in the description.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Sorry, the mailbox belonging to 717432439 is full and will not receive your message.
Mailbox full. So I'm going to text right on. Mostly in Dover or other areas? He said I build custom homes and flip houses. I mean, that's a good contact regardless. So I'm going to try Larry's. There's one other number for Larry here. I'm going to try that, and then I'm going to get to Reynaldo's text message. I'm waiting with bated breath myself. I read it kind of, but. That mailbox is full as well. That's interesting. Well, I'm going to send it. Send that. Okay, so the he said no, mostly Southern York County, but if a right deal anywhere. Got it. Makes sense. I'm going to save you as a contact. I will certainly reach out if or when we have any deals down that way, and or if we have somebody looking to build a custom home in the area. Period. Have a great weekend! Exclamation point. So I am now going to save him as a contact. Create new contact. Dave Marshall. Investor. Flipper. Fix and flip. Custom home builder. Southern York County. That way, you know, I can easily search my my contacts and find them. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so here we go. Reynaldo. I'm in the middle of something with an estate sale, 2 brothers and a sister that was a previous agent. The challenge here is that my friend is one of the brothers that just flew in from Sarasota and wanted to meet with me to see if I could only list the 2 properties in the MLS as a flat fee service. But I haven't done any flat fee in my life. I already did the 2 CMA. I sent Jose a pre-listing package, blah, blah, blah. Condition because they never had lived there. The properties were from parents. How should I handle working for free or whatever else I could do? Well, are you really working for free? Here's what I would do. I would find the buyers. Like, if they want to do a flat fee service, I would assume that they're open to compensating a buyer agent. I would assume, right? And so, number one, find the buyer for it, especially if they want to sell as is condition because they had never lived there. Use this tool. Use Lead Deck. This is perfect. Thank you for teeing this up. Use leaddeck.ai to find the buyers or potential buyers for the property, and you can get compensated on the buy side. That would be one. The other angle approach I would take is, I would tell them, hey, look, why don't we agree to me doing a full service listing? And, you know, it's up to the buyer agent to negotiate their commission because of the, August 14th or whatever date that was, 2024. And you can offer them full service, and you can negotiate with the buyer agent whether or not to pay any commission. But first and foremost, like number one, I would just go and find the buyer or the buyers and try and sell it off market or privately. If they want to sell it as is and they don't really want to pay, like, I don't know, that's what I would do. And honestly, that's what I do. Anytime I get somebody that has already decided they're going to sell, like, that's the first thing I do. Let's try and find the buyer and put it together off market privately. And if we can't, then we can explore other options. I mean, why not? Why not? Okay. Let me see here. Let me see. How many more of these are there? I honestly, I'm hungry. Some of these are duplicates, which is interesting. That means it's good. What's the address? So one of them has already responded. What is the address? 5178. Is it 5178? Can't remember. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, wow, I was way off. Holy smokes. So I'm texting him. I can email you the full MLS sheet and disclosures if you'd like. Question mark. I'm hungry. I gotta leave soon as well. So I'm gonna bring this this bird in for a landing. Check out leaddeck.ai. Jeez. It's scrolling down on the bottom. I don't know why I can't ever point to that dang thing. But check out leaddeck.ai. Create a free account. You get 100 free leads. Just play around with it. Give us feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. And if something isn't working, like for example, for some reason, the state of Nevada, I don't think is in the list right now. So Tom, if you're watching this, we'll get that squared away. Just kick the tires, check it out. I mean, it's free leads and there's no subscription or anything. It's pay as you go. So why would you not check it out? And then look, I am looking to partner with motivated agents who want to absolutely crush it the rest of this year and knock it out of the park in 2026, especially if you're looking or open to working with investor clients, because we can very proactively be having more conversations, writing more contracts, and therefore, closing more deals and depositing checks. And if you want to partner together, let's chat. You can text me at this number right here, 717-571-0456. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back bright and early Monday morning, and I hope to see you then. And hit me up in the meantime.